All right, good morning. Welcome in. We are the Out of Bounds Show. We're rolling the cameras right now. You can watch the show on YouTube. Search Out of Bounds Sports. YouTube, search Out of Bounds Sports. Show is brought to you by the delicious King Cake at Broad Street Bakery, I-55 North Frontage Road in Jackson. Just on the other side of the interstate from Howland Village and Bravo Italian Restaurant and Bar. Jeff Good will join us in the next 5-10 minutes, and we'll catch up with Jeff on King Cake, the Super Bowl, and his golf game, which, by the way, his clubs are from Edwin Watts Golf Shop, which means Jeff is a smart guy. It's another great partner on the Out of Bounds show. Bengals Rams this weekend for the Super Bowl.
Rams minus 4.5.
Rams minus 4.5 for the Super Bowl this weekend. Can't wait for that. You're listening to Out of Bounds, ESPN 105.9 The Zone. It's been a long time since we've had Jeff Good in studio. We're excited to have him back on Super Bowl week and King Cake season / Mardi Gras and everything else that is going on. And he will join me right now on the set. Jeff Good with Bravo Italian Restaurant and Bar.
Hot out of the oven.
Woo! And Broad Street Bakery and Sal and Mookie's everywhere, both in Jackson and Madison on the coast.
Thank you.
Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Good to see you. Pleasure. Couldn't be better.
You doing good?
Yeah, I am. I had a good morning this morning. Had breakfast with one of my managers, a new young man that joined us a couple months ago at Bravo. He's our Chuck Nix, our sommelier.
Yeah.
Extraordinary.
Yes.
Extraordinary. We had a really meaningful conversation, and I see a future with you and Chuck.
Absolutely.
I see a future.
I got to spend some time with him a couple of weeks ago. Wendy and I were there for brunch.
Yeah.
And he stopped by. We called up. And, I can go wine nerd quick. And so we both went wine nerd.
Oh,
and Wendy was like, "Oh my gosh, y'all are two peas in a pod."
Yeah, he's. I tell you what,
because Leslie did such a great job for y'all for so long, and now you did.
I've been blessed to have some real experts in my life, and I've said this to you before about your expertise in so many things in the all lifestyle. You are a Renaissance man. I'm a hack. There's so. I was telling Chuck this. There's so few things that I really know a lot about, so the depth of my field, the depth of any one field is very narrow. But the one thing I think that makes me maybe my superpower that makes me unique from others is I have a tremendous amount of grit and staying power, and I can focus, and I have a high tolerance for pain. So I'm in the right industry. I'm in the right industry. So for 27 and a half years, it's almost 28. April will be 28 years we've been doing this. It has been an extraordinarily long time. And I was talking to somebody the other day about for Bravo. Thank you. I think that we are the longest. If you think about continued ownership by the same person, same people, I think that Bravo may be, and I like a restaurateur out there to correct me on this, because like even Gino Lee passed down for Big Apple Inn. I think we may be the longest continuous ownership restaurant in Jackson at this point. That's at almost 28 years. I think so. And it really was one of those things I just thought about. And I said, man, it has been a long time.
Yeah.
And we're going to keep on going.
Yes, you are.
Hey!
All right, I'm going to get into some other things, Sal and Mookie's and everything that's happening at the Eastover District. But first, I want to talk about the King Cake.
Yep. Tis the season.
And it is the season. And also, when did you and Dan go head first into that?
It is Danny Mitchell, who owns for Heaven's Cakes and catering. Danny was our pastry chef 15 years ago, and we did our first dabble into King Cakes. And I remember it was just such an ordeal. We crank out 10 in one day, and it was like the commercial where the lady comes out of the kitchen after making Rice Krispie treats with the flour. Oh, it was so hard. It was hard to figure out how to do these. Danny, in turn, helped perfect something. It was passed on to Mary Beth Addington. Mary Beth Addington passed it on to Alan Gould. Alan Gould passed it on to this amazing young lady, Jennifer Adelsheimer, who came from Louisiana, had come right off the Disney cruise boat, working on a cruise ship in the bakery there. And Jen was a softball player in high school and junior college, and had a team mentality. And Jen took this thing where we were maybe making, we might make 20 on a big day for a season of 4 weeks or something. She took this and started cranking out, 3,700, 3,800 in a season, and built a team. And we made, she made T-shirts, King Cake. It was just the whole thing. We went down to New Orleans for the King Cake contest, and just really brought that team mentality. Met a boy. He's an outdoorsman and he's a doctor. He got his doctorate in wildlife management, and got stuck in some place up in Minnesota. Brooke Reese took over her assistant. But that's where we got the model. And right now, JC Pitamichu and Nicole Luna Trainer are doing a fantastic job. And I'm just really proud of the product. We do two types. We do the traditional cinnamon, but we also do what is known as our brand identity, which is the almond pastry cream. Right. Which is what you're about to have. Thank you, Blake. Look at that, and I get my own piece.
Look. All right. So how many do you?
We'll do 3,700 this year.
3,700 king cakes.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Because this talented woman found the model,
and
then rallied the trip.
She's the Nick Saban of king cakes.
No doubt.
But he's got the system. She put the system together.
Did you ever in your wildest dreams think that y'all could produce that many over the season?
because it's insane. It's a huge labor intensive. And the other thing is size. People call and they say, "Can you ship them?" and the like. And and we talked about that for one season. It's like, where? We don't have any. Have you've been in restaurants?
Yes.
Restaurants don't have any space.
No.
If you don't set up a factory to be that way, so. No, I mean, we bake, and we barely have enough room to get them cooled, iced, into boxes. We display them on a table in the dining room, and we don't have display space. I mean, it's just crazy.
Oh, that's right, you do there at Broad Street.
Yeah.
Okay. So 3,700?
About 3,700, yeah. King cakes come from, it's a great history,
tell the story real quickly.
So it goes back to Epiphany. So it's the 12 days of Christmas refers to the 12 days after Christmas Day, and it's the 12th day is January 6th, 12 days after Christmas, and that's Epiphany, which is a Greek word for to reveal or to show or to see. And Epiphany is the day that the Christ child is shown to the world, because that's when the wise men arrive. That's the first outside interaction with the Christ child. And so the idea of a king cake comes out of a celebration of that founding of the light of the world, so it's made like a crown. It's a round confection. It's decorated in 3 colors. It's decorated in purple, green, and gold. Purple is for justice, green is for power, and gold is green is for faith, and gold is for power. So justice, faith, and power. And it also is to look like the jewels in a crown. And so the idea is it's a confection to celebrate during the carnival season, to celebrate in a rich way the birth of the baby Jesus. And that's where the little plastic baby Jesuses came up, and not like Ricky Bobby and Talladega Nights. Little baby Jesus is placed inside the cake, and the history there is, if you have a king cake and you pull the slice that has the baby, at the next party, you have to bring the next king cake. That's kind of a New Orleans and a Gulf Coast tradition. We don't place our baby inside the cakes. We put them on top to let you do that, because we don't want to get sued. So, so that's how we manage that. But of course, the king cake goes back to medieval times. It goes back to pagan times with using beans and small confections. Again, this whole idea that winter is the 21st of December is the winter solstice, and it's the darkest day of the year. And the whole idea of Christ and the birth around the 25th is the bringing of light into the world. So the idea is that as we get past the 21st and into Christmas, and then we get into Epiphany, it's getting brighter every day. So it's bringing that light into the world. So it's just really great stuff.
Yeah. And by the way, that's delicious.
Isn't it tasty? I mean, it's just good stuff. I mean, I'll have a bite. I can't get enough of it.
Let me reset while Jeff Good.
Jeff's problem is he has to close his mouth to eat.
That's why we reset. Jeff Good, owner of Bravo Italian Restaurant and Bar, Sal and Mookie's, and Jeff. He's going to throw something at Blake.
All I
and
need
Broad Street
is this baseball bat.
That's right.
I'm going to do a Steve Martin on you.
Joining us on the Out of Bounds show. All right. Now, I want to also discuss, we're going to get Jeff's pick in the Super Bowl at some point and hit on his golf game. But Sal and Mookie's has moved to the Eastover District after a wonderful run in Fondren. And Jeff and Dan, they did a great job laying out the restaurant. As far as just, it's great. I love the outside area.
Thank you.
We were out there a couple of weeks ago.
you.
Love seeing kids play in the green space.
It's fantastic.
Talk about where you and Dan are as far as the excitement and momentum over work.
We're approaching
moving.
a year. April will be a year that we moved there. It's funny how time flies. I owe everything to Ted Duckworth and to Breck Hines. They contacted us in the depth of the pandemic. We knew that we were going to have to move from our location in Fondren. Our lease was up, and the time had come. We had to move, and we couldn't find anything. We've been looking and negotiating, and we couldn't find anything, and we were scared. Again, I want to say this is in the depth of the pandemic, pre-vaccine, the whole bit. It was just a dark time. And Ted and Breck contacted us and said that they had an opportunity in the district they want us to consider. And they made our ability to say yes happen. Without them being flexible in the way that they offered the space. So we were able to leverage off of this, what was a 4.5-year-old restaurant. There had been a couple restaurants. The infrastructure was extraordinary. You know, the kitchen was magnanimous. Right. And, you know, we had to obviously do a lot of work to make it work for us with our pizza ovens and everything. But we took the skill of Mary Sanders Ferris.
She's brilliant.
And she understood what we said, which was, we're not going to pay too much for this muffler. And, you know, we can't buy all new stuff.
Right.
And so we leveraged the furniture. We leveraged the what was already in that dining room, but you wouldn't know as the other places because the way we redecorated, the way we used tablecloths, the way we changed fabrics, the way we did the things we did. And she really brought a great eye to it. So it was a collaborative effort. It was done quickly thanks to Kirk Carraway and his group, the contractor. Did an amazing job, and Jimmy Anderson. Just everyone came to just really help us out. And then I met this guy, Ray Nielsen, who is one of the principals behind the district and has a real eye for design, lighting, and an appreciation for quality. He is the impetus behind the Cultivation Food Hall. You'll see him there often. He's a good guy. He really helped me. He's helped me understand lighting and the importance of lighting because we really did some things that are subtle, that are really nice. He comes out of the casino industry, so it's kind of interesting to bring that eye to it.
Sense.
So it's really one of those things where it was almost like you know, like a old 1940s, you know, Mickey Rooney, you know, Judy Garland. Let's build a barn, you know, and put on a show. So it's been an extraordinary experience. We are doing gangbuster business, and the thing that we love the most is that we have brought all of Metro Jackson back to this concept. The Madison store continues to have a tremendous, embedded, vibrant set of supporters. But the folks that we had lost in Rankin County and Copiah and Warren, the folks that just weren't coming to Fondren any longer, they're coming back en masse with their kids, and they love the green space. And the district, Abby Coombs, who's the marketing director there, does an amazing job with programming things to happen in the district. She just sent out the calendar that's going to start as soon as it starts to warm up. It's insane the amount of things they've got going on.
So
we're lucky. We're lucky.
All right. I love the layout as far as the dining. All right, you come
Dining
in,
area, yep.
But I love where y'all put the ice cream and all the fun stuff, and then the dining area flows into the bar, flows outside towards the green space.
And we got those windows that open up, so you know it's like a cruise ship. You know, everybody's having a good time. So it's we have curtains that go down when it's cold. They come back up. It opens in the green space, so it's one big, you know, resort kind of a feel. And what was really important to me was that scoop shop. There are very few places in this world that aren't just, you know, the kid-centric, you know, buffet, all that kind of stuff.
Right.
There's few places of quality where kids are important and honored, and we wanted to create a Disneyland experience when a child walks up there and sees all of that stuff, and to have kind young men and women serving them with grace and dignity, which is hard. And it's, you know, it's hard, and especially in this day and age, it's really hard to develop that passion for care. But that's what we're about. You know, we believe in doing the right thing, and that's our mantra. Spike Lee, from the movie Do the Right Thing, since the main characters of the movie Do the Right Thing were Sal and Mookie.
How about that?
So it is an important thing for us to do, is to say what is right. Let's do the right thing. Let's get to yes. Let's tell the truth, and let's have a great day. So we do what we do. We're
Isn't it
thankful.
amazing how that project lined up?
Yeah, it's providence.
Yeah.
Providence.
I mean,
Even when bad things happen, and we've had a tough week last week, God's hand is in it. It is quite apparent that if we're in the flow, we can flow along.
and then, all right, so Jeff Good on the Out of Bounds show, ESPN 105.9 The Zone, Broad Street, Bravo, and Sal and Mookie's. And so Howland Village is amazing.
Yeah.
You know why?
Another
All
great
right,
place.
first of all, it was developed in the 70s.
Yeah.
Which is incredible. The foresight and the vision. And here's what's cool. It gets better and better every decade.
It was a lifestyle center before lifestyle centers were cool.
That's right.
And WS Development out of Boston came in kind of ham-handed at the beginning. They had a hard time. It was the Fowler family, after Mr. Fowler's death, sold the business, and major corporation, developer with 90 properties around the nation came in, and they didn't. The team that came in didn't quite understand
The deal.
and so there was a lot of frustration. But what they've done, I think their long game was right. So they have brought in.
It's a food mecca.
It's a food mecca, and it's also what they call one and unique. So they're first and only, first of something or only of something in the market. So if you really think about the product mix of the vendors in there, there's some world-class vendors that we've never had before, or first-offs that are there. And then food-wise, I mean, Steve and Alex, what they're doing down at Aplos, the new the dentist and his business Liqueur. I mean, my God, I mean the lux of that, just the nature. Char, the absolute machine of the city that just cranking along. Tuck Tuck Boom, what a great, neat concept. Our friends the Ulmers doing their thing down at Beagle Bagel, right? Like what Chuck's doing downstairs here at your studios, and then that little place called Bravo. It's okay.
Yeah.
And even the old folks at Whole Foods, you can grab a great meal and go upstairs to the community room. We've got a lot of places to eat. We're very thankful.
I still, y'all do great lunch and dinner.
Thank you.
Your brunch is amazing.
We do all right. Eggs
on
Benedict
Saturday and Sunday.
Got good people. We are. So one of the things about Bravo is we are not a farm to table place. We're not. The menu doesn't change. We're not nervous. We got great specials that bring variety, but we are. It's like I always say, when I go to Kiefer's, I'm going to get a gyro with extra lettuce, tomato, and onion, and extra tzatziki.
Right.
What else would I go for? I don't need a chicken yavni.
Right.
I need this. So lasagna, the redfish, the wood-fired pizzas, the way we do them there. The oyster salad. These are things that are just real big touch points that people love. And we're consistent. And again, we have great people that care.
Jeff Good on the Out of Bounds show. All right, let's go to Super Bowl. We got the Cincinnati.
Is there a game coming up?
Yeah. Rumor has it.
Yes, rumor has it.
Cincinnati Bengals, L.A. Rams.
Right. Two great teams. I have not been following the season. Imagine that. I've been
that's okay.
But so I'm really I'm very, very intrigued by the storyline behind the Bengals, and I look forward to this game. Point is, let me just explain where we are. It's Valentine's weekend, okay? And Valentine's is on a Monday. We're closed on Mondays.
Oh, wow.
All right, this whole thing is like, this is one of those times, the perfect alignment of stars. So we had a really intense internal conversation about business, about the need to be open, about ringing the cash register, providing service to our guests, and the reality of our team and what they really want to do. And what the team wants to do is the following. They want to do the game. We always close on Super Bowl Sunday. We close at 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock at each restaurant when we go home. So we're closing at 3 o'clock and 4 o'clock on Sunday.
Good.
Even though it's Valentine's weekend. And we're not opening up on Monday night.
You're not.
For Valentine's, because our team is also, they've worked really, really hard. We've done some numbers we've never seen before. Thank you, everyone out there, for supporting us. We're going to give everybody.
All 3 restaurants have been rolling.
We're going to give everybody a break.
Good.
And so enjoy Valentine's Thursday, Friday, Saturday with us, and Sunday brunch. But we'll have our entire team cheering on their favorite team. So I'm looking forward to this. I'm just waiting for someone to invite me to their house for a party. So,
I don't think that'll be a problem. Because, I mean, you're basically the social chairman of where you live in Fondren, but all of Jackson.
Yeah.
Blake, do you have a question?
So you can come to my house if you bring me some pasta.
I would love to, Blake. What's your address?
Let me read that on air for you.
Yeah, or those wings from Sal Mookie's.
I will say I went to Sal Mookie's in Eastover Sunday, pick up something, and y'all's crew was above and beyond kind. And they don't know. I mean, I'm a nobody, so it's not like I walked in with your or Bo's cachet where they have to be nice. They were nice to a regular person, and so I thought that was pretty cool. I had a good experience Sunday.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. I'm proud of everybody.
I'm proud for y'all, for you and Dan.
I'm proud of all restaurants and all retailers that have survived through this. I'm very, very hopeful, and I talk to my team all the time about what the end game is here, and I hope we all can, in the next few weeks, that we put this damn thing behind us.
Absolutely. Let's move to golf.
Yeah.
Okay. The general manager, Kerry, of Edwin Watts Golf Shop, texted me when he heard me talking about you in the first hour this morning and said, Jeff Good is a great guy, has great restaurants. He also has pings from Edwin Watts Golf Shop on County Line Road.
Much as my wife has reminded me in therapy, custom-made pings. Because when I went in there as a novice and I said, I need some golf clubs, and they go, well, let me show you the way, sir.
Exactly.
I've got some great clubs, and Kerry was super sweet. Right early the first year I played, I lost my 7-iron.
And that happen?
Because I'm an idiot, he replaced it. I showed up in my office, and there was a new 7-iron sitting on my table with a card from him. It was really cool. That's service after the sale, because I custom bonus. I've had the best time, and I belong to Randy Watkins Golf Group. Sure. 3 great courses, Lake Caroline and Whisper Lake and Patrick Farms. This has been the thing that's gotten me through the pandemic. Is I'm lucky to be in a group of about 23 men we've all come together. The one constant here is that Wyatt Emmerich has been the 6 degrees of separation guy. And we have built out through this network 23 men that would never know each other otherwise. We're all compatible. We call ourselves the Bushwood Golf Group. We have a group me that we set tee times every weekend. Whoever can come. So it's 2 tee times, 3 tee times. Once we had 4, everybody shows up. We mix and match and we play. And the kindest thing is I started this at 54 and I had played a handful of times in my life, had no idea how to hold a club or do anything. These guys have loved me through it. And I'm doing much better. I've broken 90, finally. This past weekend I played on Sunday. I had a great round on Sunday. I have a new term now. I'm going to tell you about life. Life is hard enough. You need to club up.
Club up. I love it.
That's my new thing. Club up. Why are we struggling? Why? What is our ego telling us that we can do this all on our own?
Because
get on your knees, do the things you need to do, and club up. Go ahead and, hit your 180 if it's 160. Club up!
Thank you for coming in studio. Jeff Good with Broad Street, Sal Mookie's, and Bravo Italian Restaurant and Bar. We will see you tomorrow. Out of Bounds, 7 to 10 a.m. ESPN 101.